Welcome to the Pulse of Spokane. Join us for the latest in news, views, and conversation with community leaders. Cool. The Pulse of Spokane is brought to you in part by Homes for You, Well-Dressed Walrus, and Spokane Firefighters Local 29. Now, put your finger on the Pulse of Spokane.
Hello, Spokane Talks. I'm Brady Magruder, and welcome to the Pulse of Spokane. I understand that I am a new face. Colin Pittman, your previous host, is now off to college. I have been the host of the Youth Spotlight program, and I love it here. And I'd like to welcome you here to the Pulse of Spokane. We have a great show lined up for you today. I'm here with Dusty Wetzler, who is the owner of LiteFeet and a dance instructor. I'm also here with Lena and Victoria from Anthesis Co, and Stephanie Nicole from Fit4momspokane. It's going to be a great show, and I'm looking forward to it. Please stay tuned for the Pulse of Spokane.
The economy is getting stronger. Banks are lending again, and interest rates are at historic lows. Now is a great time to buy your dream home. The caring and knowledgeable professionals at Homes for You have been helping people just like you for over 20 years. They take the time to listen to what you want and will help you find just the right home in Washington or Idaho. Real estate is what we do at Homes for You, 928-5782, or visit online at homes4uspokane.com.
Welcome to a new kind of talk show, Spokane Talks, where you find news, views, and conversations that include respect for opinions, facts, and diversity.
Spokane Talks, Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Fox 28.
O'Brien Logistics would like to invite you to try our local and regional transportation services. With Sprinter vans, lift gates, hot shot flatbeds, and expedited services, our people are ready to step in and help with your transportation needs. Our services are 24/7, 365, and we are trained and prepared to handle air cargo and Canadian shipments. Give us a call at 208-305-2311 or visit our website at o'brienlogistics.net. That's OBRIEN logistics.net.
Welcome back to Spokane Talks, the Pulse of Spokane. I'm your host, Brady Magruder, and we are here. I'm here with Dusty Wetzler, who is the owner of LiteFeet and a dance instructor. How you doing?
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Brady.
Oh, yeah. It's great to have you on the show. So I want to get started right away with the fact that you are such a man of quite a lot of variety. You... When we talked before, you are the owner of LiteFeet, you are a bank manager, dance instructor. You really have got a lot going on for you, and that's so cool. It's so interesting. So why don't you talk a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm the only cage fighting, swing dancing, scuba diving, beekeeping banker in town that I know of anyway. So
Yeah.
I'm a bank manager, a branch manager with Banner Bank, so over here in the Valley, and I've been doing that for over a decade now. So wonderful company there. I also own LiteFeet LLC and Country Swing LLC, also known as the Country Swingers. Facebook us. Don't Google images it. Just trust me on this one. You'll be in trouble.
Okay, for sure. I will make sure not to Google it. Yeah. Keep it to Facebook, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you, let's rewind really quick.
Sure.
Swing dancing, cage fighting, scuba diving, beekeeping, bank manager.
Yep.
You're the only one that I know of that's like that. That's great.
It's a little eclectic.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm a performer myself, so I know a lot about how much variety there is in dancing, and it's great that you're able to manage that as well as with the traditional jobs and owning LiteFeet and working through all of these different jobs and responsibilities that you have. How exactly are you able to manage that?
Well, I don't do it alone. I have a wonderful dance partner and business partner named Caitlin Applegate, who helped me start the Country Swing LLC. And then I just have a wonderful community of volunteers, supporters, dance instructors, and just amazing community people that help bolster me up and allow me to be me and do what I do, which is a lot of fun.
That's so awesome. You recently said that actually when we were talking previously that you got to perform on a cruise ship, right? Or in Coeur d'Alene, right?
Yeah, it was a Coeur d'Alene cruise.
Yeah,
we had
the
little movie cruise, which is a lot of fun. So I definitely recommend it, the Coeur d'Alene movie cruises.
Right.
And so they were playing the Dirty Dancing. And so my lady love and I, when they got to the part where they were doing the lift, the swan dive way up over her head,
Right.
She just ran in and jumped at me, and we did it in front of the crowd that was watching, and lots of fun.
That's
always
crazy.
gotta love the flips
Yeah.
and tricks, and having her do handstands off my shoulders and backflips behind my back, and all sorts of crazy shenanigans that we get to do with dance.
Wow, that is awesome. I mean, I know firsthand how dangerous and kind of scary those stunts can actually be. So that's really impressive. Congratulations. Anyway, let's talk about the free community event that you actually got coming up.
Absolutely. So it's called Country Cruisin', and I'm really excited. One of my community partners, Tim Lane from Tim Lane State Farm, and I were sitting over at lunch, and we just came up with this concept and decided to benefit foster children in our community. So we have 6 local bands coming in. We have the Ryan Larson Band, Devin Wade, Jesse Quant, Fiddle and Sarah Jean, Christy Lee, Dallas Kay, and it's just going to be a mind-blowing event. It's completely free to the entire community, so you guys can just show up. It's also a classic car show. There will be prizes for the classic car owners. We
cool.
have judges wandering around. Right now we're anticipating about 300 classic cars. It's a motorcycle cruise-in as well. There'll be food trucks and a beer garden, a toy drive. So Thrivent Financial is sponsoring a toy drive. So we're looking for toys that are around a $20 value that are in their original packaging, and those are actually going to be donated to Embrace Washington, and those toys will be the Christmas presents of foster kiddos in the community. And for a lot of them, that's the only Christmas present they will get. So we're really hungry for those and trying to raise 500 toys to benefit those kiddos in our community.
Oh yeah, 500. That's so great.
It can be done.
Oh yeah, it definitely can be done. That's awesome. I mean, so when is this event?
It's August 25th from
August
10
25th.
a.m. to 4 p.m.
10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Great. Let's make sure that we get that nailed in. I know that I will definitely be attending that event.
Awesome. I really appreciate
I'm still
that.
in town before I go off to college, so I'll definitely be able to be there. Well, that's amazing. I'm super excited. I think that these types of events that are helping benefit foster kids that have a real purpose like this, that are also absolutely free, it's hard to really get that type of deal in a lot of these events. So I think that is amazing. And I wonder what exactly brought you to have an interest in doing this type of event and giving back to such a great community here.
Absolutely. Well, I've been a avid community enthusiast for quite some time now.
Yeah.
I've been with the Spokane Valley Chamber of Commerce for a decade and been involved with the Rotary and Kiwanis and a host of other wonderful organizations. Foster children in particular have a spot in my heart. I was very blessed. A girlfriend I had a foster son, and his name was Leo, and he was just an amazing little boy, and so he got to be a big part of my life for quite some time before he got to go back home to his mom.
Yeah.
And so just seeing what his life was like, hearing about his life, just really set me on fire. When you hear about the foster community, what these kids get to survive through, and some of them just thrive through, but honestly the odds that they're up against, it's nigh insurmountable. And so when we have organizations like Embrace Washington, Teen and Kid Closet, Safety Net, helping to support them along the way, it is so ridiculously impactful, because these kiddos, they're part of our community, and whether we see them or not, we're going to hear about them. They're going to be interacting with us eventually, and it's our job to make a positive impact before it becomes negative.
Wow.
So
yeah, that is beautiful. Well, yeah, thank you so much. That is absolutely incredible. So Country Cruisin' is going to be August 25th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
at Lone Wolf Harley Davidson.
Lone Wolf Harley Davidson. Okay,
Yep.
cool. I fumbled that a little bit. Lone Wolf Harley Davidson.
Yep.
For sure. Okay, well, I know that I will definitely be there. And I was also wondering, since you are also a dance instructor, if there has been any other moments where you've been able to use dance for similar types of events or organizations where you're giving a little bit more, because I know that there are also a lot more kind of performance opportunities and great things that you're able to do when you are doing so much as a man of yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I will have, probably 40, 50 dancers out dancing all day long. We'll have free dance lessons at the event.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, people will show up. We have line dancing, swing dancing, 10-stepping, 2-stepping, all forms of country dance. So bring your boots, and it's going to be a great time.
Oh, and the cowboy hats.
Yep. Bring your hats. You have to duck a little bit when you're using those, but absolutely.
Oh,
we can
yeah,
make that
for
happen.
sure.
But with Embrace Washington, they have their annual Backwoods Flannel Ball, where instead of wearing the suit and the tie like a lot of the galas, you wear jeans, plaid, and cowboy boots. You show up, and so I have my dancers there. We do free dance lessons at that event every single year. We have Hoedown for Hope, which is coming up in October 5th.
Right.
And so that's another fundraiser where I will have dancers there showing off, helping to raise money for kids with hearing impairments. So we partner with a lot of nonprofits in the area. There was the Running W event. There's anyone where we can lend a little support to add that kinetic element to a fundraiser and to the entertainment. It's very impactful, and the guests and donors love it.
Oh yeah, and especially with like a type of cultural dance. It's something that, like, you know, you have cowboy dance, then you're also teaching swing, and you have such a great variety in all of the things that you're teaching. And I think I didn't know this, that it was going to be at the country cruising event. Which I think is great. I know that my family, we love, you know, country music, so I think that'll be a big hit, learning how to you know, country dance and things like that.
It'll be a lot of fun. It's the most accessible form of dance really out there, especially when you're looking at partner dancing.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I can bring East Coast swing, West Coast swing, ballroom, Latin dancing. If you need Scottish Highland dancing, I can get you Scottish Highland dancing.
Oh yeah, wow.
But country is what I teach, and it's where a lot of the dances have the crazy complex counts. With country swing, it's step left, step right. It's very, very accessible. So there are, you know, so many people out there that are afraid. They say they have 2 left feet. Can't tell you how many times I've heard that phrase. Well, guess what? I'm the surgeon. I fix them like that.
Oh yeah, really.
One 45-minute session, and I can get 2 left feet back where they're supposed to be.
Oh, great. That is awesome. Well, I know that I'm definitely going to end up going to that event. I'm already really excited. So thank you for telling me about it. And so one other thing that I was wondering before we sign off is you have been able to do this for quite some time, and I'm wondering what the future is going to look like. If this event ends up being super successful, how many more events are you going to do in the future? What else are you looking into as far as giving back to the community as well?
I am already have a New Year's Eve event in the works. I mean, when you think about it, this year at December 31st at midnight, we are back in the 20s. So we're going to throw a Back to the 20s event. They're going to do a little bit of East Coast swing and, you know, Think the Great Gatsby, that kind of a deal.
Yeah, for
With
sure.
the proceeds, they're going to be benefiting Valley Fest in our community and helping to celebrate the arts and the connection that we have over in the Spokane Valley. So there will be many, many, many more events of varying tastes and, you know, that have an impact for making just our little community a little bit better for me and for my kiddos. And
yeah, for sure. Well, that's great. So thank you so much for coming onto the show. It was an honor to have you. And so for everybody watching Country Cruisin', which is August 25th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., be sure to be there. I know I will be there. You will be there. It's going to be an absolutely amazing time. Dusty, thank you so much for coming onto the show. You're a great guy.
Pleasure.
And we will be right back with some more Pulse of Spokane.
Well, this is Bloomsday in Spokane. We got about 40 firefighters and their friends and family handing out 40,000 cups of water as the day goes by.
It's a very good opportunity to see the public and support them and help them out and cheer them on during Bloomsday.
It's one of the best things about Spokane is that we have these major events and the whole community comes together not just to participate, but to volunteer and show that they really care about our city and making our city look great.
This type of an event really is emblematic of Spokane because so many people get involved. We have 50,000 people probably running this race. Always has been a very huge event.
Right now we're at the corner of Broadway and Nettleton. It's the last water station before the finish, so people are pretty much dehydrated by the time they get to us. They really need our water.
The water stations are a vital part, especially on warm days like today. It's real important that we have the volunteers to help with that. Without the volunteers, Bloomsday wouldn't exist.
all up and down the course, there are people that are involved in this celebration. It really is a celebration of what Spokane's all about.
I'm Nikki Butler, and I'm a regional manager for STCU. My lunch buddy is Nicole.
I'm Brandy Schloss. I'm a regional manager at STCU. My lunch buddy is Angelina. She's grown up with me. I've grown up with her. To see her graduate will be a lot of fun.
Brandy and I have been lunch buddies since the girls were in 2nd grade. It's great that STCU provides me with the opportunity to be part of Reach for the Future. We are committed to the children. We're committed to our community. I'm Nikki.
I'm Brandy.
And STCU is here for good.
This is River Ridge Frame Shop, called Frame It Today, where we can take your art, customize it, and get it ready to hang on the wall. Here at River Ridge Hardware, 2803 West Garland.
Welcome back to the Pulse of Spokane. I'm Brady Magruder, your host, and I am here with Lena and Victoria from Anthesis Company. How are you guys doing today?
Awesome. Good. Thanks for having us.
Oh yeah, of course. Thank you guys for coming on the show. So you are a Spokane-based floral company.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't you talk a little bit about your company?
So I guess I could kind of go from the start where it all started. Lena and I went to Eastern for visual communication and design.
Mm-hmm.
From there, we launched Bloom and Design, which is kind of our big. So it's like we do events and weddings, so it's big scale flowers.
Oh yeah.
But then we're like, we really want to get our hands on flowers every single day, and so we came up with Anthesis, which actually means blooming. So that's why Anthesis Blooming of Bloom and Design. So it's a sister company. So that's kind of where we went with Anthesis in just kind of exploring. What we like to focus on is like portrait flowers.
Right.
So what that kind of means to us is we don't just put pieces together. We kind of take into consideration each person's personality. So when you order flowers online, we usually ask like, tell us something about that person. And so they'll be like, oh, they're crazy outgoing, or they're very mellow. And so oftentimes the flowers will reflect the person. And weirdly, I don't know how it happens, but people get the flowers and they're like, oh my goodness, how did you know that was my favorite one? And it's like,
and we'll get people crying, and I'm like, that's really touching. It touches your
about.
heart because
yeah,
it's a
you
portrait.
get like a real purpose in it.
Yeah, so you really see that with touching their heart, that portrait is portrayed in whatever they see, which is
kind
really
of our
amazing.
big thing, because everything's about humans. It's human-centered. We do stuff for people. We want to see people smile. Like, it's hard to hand someone a flower bouquet and they'll be like, oh my goodness, I hate it, and they're sad. Or even like if people are grieving, this kind of brings hope into their life. It just kind of brings light, and that's what it's all about. Focus on the details in life. Like, flowers are going to die. People are just like flowers. Like, focus on what matters in your life. And so for us, it's like flowers and people. So here we are.
Wow, well, here you are. Well, congratulations. That's awesome. So I'm wondering, like, you talk about how flowers can reflect personality and how you ask to get to know the type of people. So does that kind of translate into the assortment of the type of flowers that you use, the different colors that you use, and like the type of color scheme? Like, one person can be a blue and white while the other person is kind of yellow or a light green or something like that. How exactly does that process work? I think that's really unique.
So it starts with when you order on our website. So we're a non-traditional florist, you can say, so you can only order online. We don't have a storefront, and we intend to keep it that way because we want to be able to do custom orders only. So you go on our website, and when you order, there has a note section where you can give the personality or the character or what they like, what they don't like for the recipient. And then once they order it based off of those details, we will design the flowers by designer's choice. So you don't necessarily know what it's going to look like, but you know it's going to portray that person. It's not like a cookie cutter, here's a picture of the flowers, that's exactly what you're going to get.
Right.
And that's what makes it special.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. Kind of like you're putting the puzzle pieces
Yeah,
together.
exactly. Yeah.
But the puzzle piece, or the puzzle itself, is a beautiful array of flowers.
Yeah, and the best part is
Right.
that they die. Like that's like I know that's bad. People don't want to talk about that,
Yeah.
but our flowers last pretty long. But the whole point is I want you to like take a moment in your day and just like appreciate something tiny. It's like the smallest things of noticing that when it's not smoky in town. Like we have to appreciate those things to know like when it is smoky we can look for brighter days. And that's kind of our whole thing is like you need to like appreciate what you have in the moment, because if you can't cherish the moment, you can't move forward. Like that's kind of our big thing is like you need to like every past you have, everywhere you come from is who you are today.
Right.
And how do you make the past challenge your future and make you a better person and better at what you do? Like we're learning every day. Every time we work with flowers, it's like learn something new. Like every flower is different. And so just kind of interacting with all the different blooms. We usually try to stick to like seasonal blooms just because they're better for the environment. We support the local economy. Like
Right,
it's
of course.
nice to support local as much as we can. Obviously you can't always do that, so we kind of want to blend locally sourced as well as just worldwide sourced flowers and just kind of making it unique, just kind of like how we all are. Like not everyone's from Spokane. We aren't originally, so
Right. Yeah, where are you guys from actually?
well, like motherland talk. We're from, I guess our parents are from Ukraine, so
Oh, wow.
So we're
yeah,
Ukrainian.
but I was born in Sacramento, California, so from there we moved here, and I'm like, this is home. That feels like a place to visit now, and this is where it's at. So
Well, that's great. I mean, I love Spokane, so
Yeah, we do.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you guys can find such a great home here.
yeah, the community's great, and I think that's what makes us love what we do so much.
The
Is
support is
we have
overwhelming.
so much support
Oh,
from the community
great.
that it's such a blessing, and we're so grateful for everyone that we get to work with clients as well as like other professionals that we interact with. It's a beautiful
It's
thing. I would
amazing.
say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're pretty lucky.
I love it.
Oh, that's great. I mean, it seems like you guys are really enjoying what you're doing.
Oh yeah,
And-
it doesn't feel like a job.
So I'm
Oh,
just like, is
that's
that real?
great.
Is this life? Like, is this your job? So it's
Yeah, we
amazing.
love
Yeah.
Right, and that's such a unique thing that so many people don't really get nowadays. Like
Yeah,
it's
true.
finding a job and a work which you can actually enjoy, you know, going to work and giving that a type of a positivity.
Yeah.
And instead of making it a negative thing, making it a positive thing, like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I can't wait to get back to work today because I'm
Yeah.
excited about this new project I'm on,
Yeah.
or different things like that. That is such a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
That you guys have got it nailed. You've got it right on the spot.
Thank you. Well, that's the thing. Like, even for us, a lot of like we have friends that are in different industries, and everyone's like, "Can't wait for Friday." Like, the most exciting day of the week for us is always Monday because we have subscriptions. So it's like we deliver our Monday subscriptions for like residents or commercial. And so like just seeing people's faces like on a Monday morning, they know they're going to receive fresh flowers weekly or bi-weekly, and it's like we look forward to that because that's kind of my highlight. Like, I know that I could impact your Monday in a positive way, and that's kind of what it's all about, you know. So
That is what it's all about.
So looking
fun.
forward to Mondays. Yeah,
Yeah, we do.
Oh yeah, that's such a
Yeah.
unique thing. You guys are few of the many who, or you are few just in general that look forward to Mondays.
Yeah, it's a good day.
Oh yeah, Mondays are usually like the start of school or the start of the work week, but you guys are like, I'm
Flower
going
time.
right in.
Yeah,
Flower
exactly.
time, we're
I get to plant
going.
flowers, yeah.
Well, that's great. Congratulations. I can tell you now that they smell absolutely amazing. That must be a lot of work to also be able to maintain the health of these flowers and keeping them so that they smell good and that they look good, and especially you know how you were talking about how we're coming up on Spokane's 5th season, the smoke season.
Yeah.
It's been a little bit hazy these past couple of days, and how you guys really are enjoying spreading the message that like there are, you know, brighter days ahead, and you get to be humbled in this type of season when you learn to take the things that you have not for granted.
Right.
And I think that is such a beautiful message, and it's very interesting that you guys are able to spread that through your business.
Yeah.
And your business is flowers.
Yeah.
Like, I think that is such a unique and creative thing, a
Yeah.
creative way to approach this type of philosophical idea.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm impressed. I think
Thank
you
you.
guys are doing a really great job with that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tried to kind of focus on that because, like, even your attitude is everything, whether it's your home, your work, your life, it's your personality, your attitude is what moves you. Not, I mean, success is never handed to anyone in any aspect of life. you have to work for it and you have to be inspired. And I mean, you just have to stay positive. I think that's kind of our thing, is like, why be negative when you could be positive about everything?
Yeah,
and even with
that's
the smoke
great.
season, like, I love to, a lot of the times when we create like individual pieces that there is no direction, we'll usually pull out of nature. So we've done like bouquets based on a sunset, or like, so we kind of get inspired off of what season it is and what's happening outside, and reflect it in flowers. So that's kind of what we did here, like the little haziness, it's just mixing the different mediums of the world surrounding you. How can you express it in your art? And that's kind of what we do with our flowers. So it's so much fun.
That's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that I'm a big supporter and enthusiast of art, and I think that finding your expression and finding your voice through something like this is absolutely beautiful and very impressive. So
it's fun.
You know, great job.
Thank you.
Like, that's awesome. And so one other thing that I'd like to talk about that you guys mentioned to me was that you guys are also starting something new with honey as well. So why don't you talk about that a little bit?
So we have Cure, which is our, it's a honey, so our dad's a beekeeper.
Oh yeah, you might want to hold it up a little bit so you can get it into the camera,
I don't know which shot.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Got a little jar of honey there.
Yeah, so it's called Cure. Our whole philosophy it goes hand in hand with our flowers. Save the bees, cure the world. That's kind of our thing, in a sense of bees, but in the sense of people as well, just because honey is so good for you all around, like mentally, health-wise, physically, everything. Allergy season right now, like, it's amazing. And so our dad's a beekeeper, and his honey is like really gentle. It's very, very soft notes in the honey. There's a lot of like wildflower. You kind of pick up some mint depending on if your palate is like super strong. But that's kind of, people started trying our dad's honey and they're like, oh my goodness, this stuff is amazing, what are you doing? And so we just kind of figured like, hey, if it's good, bottle it up and sell it. And people have been loving it. It's just wildflower honey. Every time it's going to look a little different. It's raw, so it will like solidify over time, but you can still use it.
Right, of course.
It kind of brings back the full circle of honey and flowers, because that's what we're all about, is like, how can you, what's the full circle of life? Lion King reference.
Yeah.
Just watched it. Amazing movie, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
But that's kind of our thing, is like, what connects everything? And for us, obviously, it's like, if we're working outside, there's always bees flying around the flowers. Freaks me out. I'm not a bee person. I like the honey. But that's kind of our thing, is like, what brings everything together? Well, you have to keep bees around to have flowers, and you have to keep bees around to have people. So it's like, why not raise the awareness, drink local honey, or I guess consume local honey. And that's kind of...
It also makes a great gift if you pair it with your flowers.
Yeah.
So it's great for gifting.
And like a nice charcuterie board, that's what I'm all about
now.
Oh yeah, like they pair so well together.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's great. So thank you guys so much for coming on the show.
For having us.
I'm really impressed with the work that you guys are doing.
Thank you.
So for everybody watching, it is Anthesis Company. How can we be able to reach you and access your...
AnthesisCo.com.
AnthesisCo.com.
Yeah.
Okay, of course. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on to the show.
Thank you.
Of course, it's nice to meet you.
You too.
I don't know if I can reach you. There you go. Of course. So we will be right back with the Pulse of Spokane.
This is River Ridge Frame Shop, called Frame It Today, where we can take your art, customize it, and get it ready to hang on the wall. Here at River Ridge Hardware, 2803 West Garland.
Welcome to Tom Sawyer Country Coffee.
Tom Sawyer Country Coffee only roasts the finest organic coffee for our signature blends. Enjoy a cup at our coffee shop and local businesses and organizations across the region.
I'm Tom Sawyer, and we choose the Pacific Northwest.
Welcome to a new kind of talk show, Spokane Talks, where you find news, views, and conversations that include respect for opinions, facts, and diversity.
Spokane Talks, Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Fox 28.
To help you be safe, Washington state law requires you to call 811 2 full business days before you plan, for example, to dig, drill, plow, pull from, or pound anything into the ground. Be prepared to provide the operator with the correct address, cross street, and the description of your work. You must mark the dig area with white paint. The operator will inform you of the utilities notified of your impending excavation. Wait for all their marks. Be safe and dig with care.
The economy is getting stronger. Banks are lending again, and interest rates are at historic lows. Now is a great time to buy your dream home. The caring and knowledgeable professionals at Homes for You have been helping people just like you for over 20 years. They take the time to listen to what you want and will help you find just the right home in Washington or Idaho. Real estate is what we do at Homes for You, 928-5782, or visit online at homes4uspokane.com.
Welcome back to the Pulse of Spokane. I'm your host, Brady Magruder, and I am here with Stephanie and Kari. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You guys are with Fit4Moms Spokane.
Yes.
So why don't you guys talk a little bit about that? Give me an introduction.
Sure. Well, Fit4Moms Spokane, we offer classes, workout classes for moms of all stages of motherhood. So we have Fit for Baby classes for your pregnant mamas, and then moms can bring their babies in their strollers. So that's our stroller stride classes. And then we have our body back classes for moms to come by themselves and they can get their bodies back.
Wow.
Yeah, and our locations are all throughout Spokane. So we're known for traveling classes, so we'll work out in the parks, partner with other local studios and fitness centers. So, yeah.
Well, that's awesome. So basically what you're telling me that, Mom, if you're listening, you need to really listen because you guys are great.
Yes, we are great.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you guys look like you just came from working out in the good way, of course.
Yeah, thanks.
Not in the bad way. You guys are rocking it. Trust me.
Yeah, and it was hot today.
Oh yeah, it's definitely
and a little
hot.
muggy and smoky, right?
Yeah, of course. So I mean, I was wondering, how exactly did you get your business started? And I can definitely tell that you guys are enjoying every aspect of it.
Yes.
I mean, it's one thing to work and then it's one thing to love your work. So why don't you talk a little bit about how you got started and everything like that?
Yeah, well, Fit for Mom is a franchise, so there's 2,700 locations nationwide, and I just saw a need here in Spokane. There really isn't any place where moms can come and bring their kids, get a workout, create that community, where pregnancy moms can come and feel safe and comfortable and work out with other pregnant moms. So I had a friend, Angela, introduced me to the company, and she started a location in Coeur d'Alene, and I said, I want to start one in Spokane.
Wow.
And
yeah, great.
I shared it with my great friend Kari and neighbor, and she's a new mom here to Spokane, and so she really was looking for a community and that friendship and something than just working from home, staying home. So it really has become a great place for moms who aren't from Spokane.
Of course.
To build friendships, create that village, mom community. So we're not just all about working out. So we do have moms' nights out, play dates, and book clubs, and just a lot of fun other activities.
That's great. It just builds a whole community together of a bunch of these moms here in Spokane. I love that. That is absolutely great. And especially for you, Kari, since you are recent living here in Spokane.
Yeah, so we just moved here almost just over a year ago. And my background is mental health, so I'm actually a marriage and family therapist, but do work from home. And I met Stephanie, and I thought the mental and physical components together, I love that idea, and went through the certification online to become an instructor, and so teach one of the stroller stride classes that meets at Manitou Park right now, which is beautiful during the summer, and have loved it. And it's a good way for me to meet other moms, but also to provide, again, a community, a safe space, like Stephanie mentioned, to get moms out of the house, because sometimes we just end up staying at home. It's a big transition becoming a mom, and yeah, it's just been a fantastic experience. So love it. Yeah, we just worked out in Kindle Yards this morning for one of the stroller classes. So
oh wow,
yes,
that's great. One of the stroller classes?
Yeah, stroller strides. Yes, so moms can come with their kids and their strollers. We had a couple moms with their little kids came in their little bikes.
That's really fun.
Yeah, and we'll have fun activities for the kids, chalk, crafts for them during the moms working out, or the kids can stay on their strollers and join the moms in on it.
Wow, that's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, and it's a great peace of mind for moms. They can just pack the kids up, pack snacks, and just come to class.
Oh yeah.
You don't have to worry about dropping them off at daycare, that fear of my kid doesn't like the daycare, the sitter, is it safe? Are they going to be okay?
Right.
So it's just a great thing for moms and their kids. So
Of course,
Yeah.
and it builds such a nice community. I like how one thing that I didn't expect when talking to you guys is how it's a lot more than just working out, but you've got book clubs and you've got so much more in just community building, and that's really special. That is really unique.
Yes, thank you. It is.
Yeah, so you guys have been building this. How long have you guys been doing this?
Well, it was May 14th we started.
May 14th?
Yeah, May
So
14th.
very recent.
Yeah. Very recent, and we have now 3 instructors and myself, so 4 instructors, 8 classes a week, over 70 moms that have at least attended or are members and are participating. So
Wow.
yeah, we had our first community event on Kendall Yards. We partnered with Boutique Blue and did a fun workout on the rooftop and did a workout, wine, and shop after. So we enjoy partnering with other companies and other businesses, local businesses, to really help them, help
great.
us, and just so that's really what we like to do too, is just reaching out to Spokane community too. So
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
And moms of all ages,
Yes.
shapes, sizes,
Yes.
anything.
We've
So,
had we've
yeah.
had grandmas, we've
Yeah.
had
It's
tons
just
of moms of all
very
different
welcoming.
ages and different levels. Moms that were like, I was never into fitness, or moms that were into fitness and they don't know how to get back in it. You know, they're not comfortable with their bodies anymore, so they're trying to adjust to this new body after having a baby, and so we love helping them get through that and encouraging them and supporting them. So
Of course, and I think it's really kind of surprising the huge amount of audience that you guys are going to attract with this. Like there are so many people who are in the exact position that would need to come to Fit for Mom.
Yes.
And so many people who are going through struggles with body image and transitioning after pregnancies and
Yes,
that. And
yeah.
you know, once you're in a certain place, it seems like it's really, really difficult to get out. Like no amount of dieting or jogging yourself
No.
can figure out how to exactly gain back that confidence.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's where it comes into, it's just about feeling good. And I think
Mhm.
moms accepting, they just want to feel good. They want
Right.
that energy. They're not sleeping, you know, but they're coming to class with other moms. Like today, none of us slept last night, really.
Oh, yeah.
And we're all struggling, but we're here and we showed up. And so that's different. Instead of going, you know, to a gym where there's a boot camp and there's, you know, the young 22-year-old who hasn't had kids and she got a great 8 hours of sleep, and then the mom over here who got 2 hours of sleep because her baby woke up, you know.
Right.
So, you know, all of us are on the same level. We're kind of in the same place. We can understand and work together. But yeah, so
Right.
that's why it's been great having Kari on board to really encourage the moms mentally and be there to support them with that. So we definitely have different instructors that have different backgrounds and can really bring a lot to
Right.
our moms. So
Well, that's great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'll tell you, one thing that I have never heard of is having a opportunity for pregnant women to work out.
Yes.
And to gain that level of fitness.
Yes. Well, it's kind of like, oh, you're pregnant, just sit around, you know, eat what you want, put your feet up, but it doesn't work like that. You know, pregnant moms still are active. I mean, we have, you know, moms that worked up until almost they gave birth. So,
Right.
and they want that. But there's a lot of modifications that need to come into play with that when you're pregnant and you have all that weight, that pressure, you know.
Right.
And so the Fit for Baby classes are really great because they're for pregnant moms, designed by moms. So it's going to be really great, and I'm really excited.
Yeah, of course, that's great. I'm glad that it's also designed by moms, because if it was
Yes.
designed by me, it wouldn't be as good.
That might be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, all the classes are designed by moms, for moms, so we understand the mom body, the moms, you know, the struggles we have with our bodies. So,
I think it's great also with that Fit for Baby, if they can build a community, if it is their first child prior to having children, that community piece when they have their baby. We just brought
Yes.
meals to one of our new moms that
Yeah.
delivered a few weeks ago, and just being able to support each other
Yeah,
during
she
that
comes-
really difficult time.
Yeah, she comes with her baby and visits, and
Yeah.
there's
wow.
moms that she's only met a couple times in class, but she's created this friendship, and she's new here. She's from California. She doesn't have anyone, so it's a great feeling to provide that support for her, and I hope so many other moms can benefit from that from us. So, yeah.
Well, that's great, and I'm sure that it helps significantly down to a parenting level as well.
Yes.
For the mothers. Like, being, like, if a mother were to come in and work out with you guys and she has, like, 3 kids of her own, maybe she's a single mother or, and, you know, really struggling, like, that level of physical fitness and then gaining those types of communities can really help, like, generate a type of positivity that she can bring back to her kids.
Yes, totally. And
and resources too. I mean, because I think the larger our community grows, you know, oh, I know this, or you need this, or that kind of thing. And so being able to share those different resources with all the moms and anyone that's involved can be really helpful. So just a real welcoming place. Experience.
It is.
Of course. Well, congratulations. Thank you guys so much for coming onto the show.
Oh, thank you for
really
having us.
Glad to
for
have
the opportunity.
You. Oh yeah, of course. Stephanie.
Yes.
And
Kari.
Of course.
Yes.
You got it.
Stephanie and Kari. So how can viewers who are in similar places reach out to you guys?
Yes, so if you go to spokane.fit4mom.com, you can see all of our classes, all of our upcoming events. You can see where we're having our classes. You can see how much it is for our passes and our plans. We have really great affordable prices for our moms because we know they have other things going on too. So please check us out. We're also on Instagram and Facebook. You can message us, connect with us through that. So yeah, we'd love to have more moms and create a village here in Spokane.
Of course. Well, great. It was great to meet you guys. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Of course.
Really appreciate it.
All right. And so that wraps up our show with the Pulse of Spokane. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time in the Flippity Flip.
The Pulse of Spokane is produced in Spokane, Washington by SpokaneTalksMedia.com, which is solely responsible for its content. The Pulse of Spokane is brought to you in part by Homes for You, Well-Dressed Walrus, and Spokane Firefighters Local 29. Ask the host a question, recommend a guest, or hear this program again on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or SpokaneTalksMedia.com.